Good afternoon, everybody. Matrix here, and here is my trade recap for December 28th. Okay, so in this recap, I want to show you guys one trade I took on JD, and that was absolutely fantastic and phenomenal. It basically showed a lot of patience. It showed how I paid myself, and it also showed that if you stick to your plan, good things happen. All you got to do is trust the process. So here it is, JD. So let's take a look at the JD chart. Last night I called JD to top out around the 22 to 2250 area. I said that the market is going to do something kind of like the same thing it did yesterday. So we were looking for this type of action, this pop up, a flush out of the gates, and then hold some sort of support and then pop back up. All right. Last night I called the support to be held at the 2050 as well as 21. So I called out to watch for those. And then I called the top at 22 and 2250. I said it was going to pop a little bit over 22, getting people to buy in and tricking people to buy in, thinking that the dip on the market is in. And lo and behold, pre-market, we have a pop out and over on 22. I also mentioned that last night there were overnight buying around this 2150 area where whoever is holding this long, they will be looking for the pop above 22. And if it doesn't run, they will be looking to take profits. And hence, we have this quick drop out the gates at the open. All right, so here is the open at 9:30. We have a drop, massive dump here right from pre-market, and then it ripped back up, tested the highs around this 2190 area. Now I marked off this blue line on an everyday basis. This is a pre-market opening price line. Okay, it will be blue in my charts. I marked off 22 as well as a key resistance area to watch. And then as this stock came down today, I was just basically watching it. As it was coming down and I saw this higher low form, even though it broke under the VWAP here, we were watching the market side by side. It really had trouble getting back up over this VWAP around this area. Let me bring in the market here real quick. Okay, so it really had trouble, but I was watching the SPY and basically it was uptrending and it was following this trend line very well. So my thesis was that the bottom is in and the SPY is going to come back and test this high at the 250. Okay. And even last night, I called out for the SPY to get to about 251 before it sells off, and that's exactly what it did. Now, with that said, I was watching this, and let's zoom in and scroll a little bit. I was watching this higher low. It couldn't get above the VWAP, so it didn't really interest me, but it did start holding this this 2150 level started becoming very predominant, right? And I talked about this level last night on my watch list, and I was watching how this 2150 level would react. And then I drew this trend line out once I saw the bottom 2 points here, this massive drop out the open and then the higher low. So I started with this trend line and I linked it in. Let's see if I can grab this trend line here. Okay, and I drew this trend line in and I was basically watching it. So I saw it fail, came back up, and I saw it fail again, and it held some sort of support right here. Okay. And then as it came back up, I was thinking about my thesis last night that the SPY was going to rip back up late day, okay? Basically doing what it did yesterday. Let's scroll back on the SPY yesterday. Basically, I was looking for this late day push move, right? So that's the thesis going into this trade. This was a long trade. And once this stock tapped over the VWAP, I saw that the stock was squeezing, right? It really had trouble coming down here. And once it got above and over this VWAP, I basically got in long. And my risk was right here at 241, 2143. That was my risk, a little bit under this green candle. Okay, a little bit under this green candle. Okay, I got in long at 200 shares. Let's bring that in. This was my long entry at 1122, and it was right at this candle. Now this candle was kind of disappointing. It popped up, hence I got long. I saw, basically what I saw is I saw this area right here. Okay, I saw this little area reclaim. Let's see if I can change. Wait. There we go. Let's make this transparent. I basically saw this candle hold, and I saw the 9 crossing above the 50 EMA, and it was coming up to the VWAP, and it was still trending upwards. I saw this pop candle, and on this candle, I was thinking, okay, this is heading up right now. The low is in. We have a prior double bottom right here, like an intraday double bottom here and here. So there was a long thesis here. And then we set a higher low, held. We have a crossing of the 9 to the 50. And I was thinking the thesis of the late day pop. So when this got up and over the VWAP, I basically took the long 200 shares at 21.54, risking 21.43. So my risk was about 11 cents. And my target is right. I initially had my target at 22, but the stock had trouble coming back up, right? Anyways, my target initially was 22. My risk was 10 cents. So it was coming up, and I basically just held it through, let my plan work. It never reached my stop out point right here at 21.43. This 21.45 area held really good. If I scroll back, actually, let me change the color here real quick so you can see better. I use support. I use green color as support. So as you can see, the 21.45 held. It was prior resistance. It was prior support. It chopped around, and these candles actually made a very pronounced support area here at 21.45. So my stop was a little bit under support as I longed. And when I held this, I also had this trend line mapped out. I saw this trend line hold right here. Basically a trend line tag right here, and a trend line reclaim right here, right? So that's where I got long. And initially I was risking the trend line, but then the proper risk was a little bit below the prior low. So this would be the proper risk right here at 21.43. As it came up, I took half off right here at 21.63 as this candle popped into the 200 SMA. It had a little trouble as soon as I saw this wick. It had a little trouble, so I paid myself. And we talked about this last night in my lesson, in my recap video, the importance of paying yourself. So I took half off. Now from then on, it was just basically just letting the trade work. Either I stop out at my stop here and make this a scratch trade, or I just let it run. So I exercise patience and I just let it run, and let's scroll through. By this time, by noon time, I kind of left the house already. When I took half off and I saw this pop up and fail, initially I had my target set on 22, but because of this failure here, I wanted to play it a little bit more conservative, so I set my target at 21.86, 85 instead. So basically that would make me a 3-to-1, right? A 54-cent entry and 85-cent exit. That's 30 cents gain. And then a 10-cent loss. That would be 3-to-1. So from here, I saw it fail and hold, and I basically set a range order, and the trade was automatic for me. Now, what a range order is, let me bring my montage here, is basically when you are in a trade, all right, and you once you're in the trade, you hit the range order button here, and basically I was in a long trade, so I set my target at 21.85 here, and I set my stop out at the low price of 21.43, and then I just hit the sell button. So by the time the trade got to either or of these points, it would sell my position, and that would basically make an automatic trade for me, right? So that's what I like about this platform and this software is the range order function. So I basically left the house around the noontime area. From here, I stopped watching it. I took a shower. I got ready to get out for lunch. And basically, that's what it did. That's what the stock did. Let's zoom out a little bit. All through this chop. And then it came out here, it tested this low, and at lunch I kind of looked at it and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna get stopped out, but oh well, I paid myself. It was gonna break even anyways. So it missed my stop by 2 cents, as you can see on the top left hand corner here. The low of this candle was 21.45, so it literally missed my stop by 2 pennies, and then it ripped back up. And eventually I got to where I wanted, and this my broker and my platform basically sold the order for me here at 21.86, and I made that 3-to-1 trade. Okay, now as you can see, it topped out at 22. Okay, it got to 22, failed, topped out. We had a double top, and this actually fit into my thesis as well from last night. I didn't get home till right around here. So I missed this double top literally by 5 minutes, or else I would have shorted this double top as well. I might have gotten in right here on this candle and shorted it back down. But it is what it is. You can't catch all of them. Overall, this was a fantastic trade. I have the entry right here. I have a perfect thesis. I have the risk reward set properly at 3-to-1, and basically I exercised patience, paid myself, and let this trade work. There was nothing to lose at all. Worst come to worst, I lose my commissions, and I would not lose money on this trade. In turn, I made money, and that's my trade recap. Hopefully, after watching this, you guys learned something from this. This was a great lessons on exercising patience, having a proper plan, not getting greedy with my target, because as I was watching this price action, I saw that it was having trouble. So I adjusted my target to a little bit lower, not being as ambitious as I wanted to be. And then we saw the implemental use of the range order, which is a fantastic function for this platform. I don't know if any other platform has it. I'm pretty sure some of them have it. But the range order in itself, that will help you practice patience and hold trades longer. So this trade lasted from 11:22 to 2:30. So half an hour plus another 2.5, 3-hour trade. So this is the type of trades we take at Trick Trades, right? And this is the type of trades that Trick teaches us. It's basically holding it for the long run. You don't need massive shares to make money. Had I took massive shares though, I mean, sure, it'll be a fantastic gain, but it's not about the monetary gain. It's about the process. It's about building the habit of taking profits and then letting the trade work, right? And exercising patience and working your trade thesis and plan. So you like this recap, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to find out more about what broker I'm using and you'd like to have the perfect tool to learn to trade, make sure you check out the video description links in this video, as well as all the connections to trick trades and everything, all the good stuff, right? I have discounts for all of them. If you're interested, don't hesitate to message me on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. All my contacts are in there. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.